Your Dog's Diner is the creation of Rachel Johnson, with the inspiration of her two rescue dogs, Peanut Butter Brickle and Digby Pancake. Even Rachel's husband, Nate, that's me, helped out a little. Oh, wait, a little? Who wrote this? Did the dog start this? The dog. In 2011, we started TwoTravelingDogs.com, a website and dog blog dedicated to Brickle and Digby's traveling adventures and 2 cross-country moves. We realized that our growing fan base awarded us a unique opportunity. The opportunity to raise awareness of the plight of many homeless animals across the country. Being involved with our website and dog blog immersed us in everything dog, even what we were buying and feeding our own dogs. After the growing treat recalls, we were alarmed. Our solution? We began making our dogs treats and soup supplements. The reaction? Our thousands of fans started asking for our recipes. If our dogs loved them, we knew other dogs would too. It became our goal to offer treat mixes for dogs that were healthy, tasted great, and were convenient and easy to make, not to mention fun. Your Dog's Diner was born. Combining a love of dogs with a love of cooking is a dream come true. We are so happy to share our dream with you. We know you will enjoy the experience of cooking for your dog and the peace of mind knowing where your dog's treats come from. Your kitchen, your dog's diner. It's time. It's time to turn your kitchen into your dog's diner. And here's how it's done. All right, Rachel, well, we're here in the kitchen, and I can tell by this distinctive Your Dog's Diner packaging that we're going to be making one of Your Dog's Diner treat mixes, and it looks like it's Mutt Meatballs treat mix for dogs.
Yes, it is.
All right, awesome. Now, in talking with Brickle and Digby, I speak dog, they tell me why they like this treat mix so much, but why don't you tell us why you love making this treat mix for our dogs?
Sure. Well, I love making it because it's so easy. You don't have to worry about shopping for the ingredients. You don't have to worry about cutting them, cutting the vegetables, cleaning them, or worrying about what's safe for your dogs. It's all here in one package.
So basically you're saying you're lazy like myself.
Exactly.
All right. Well, great. When we talk about ingredients, it looks like you have all the ingredients laid out here. Let me ask you, with this type of ingredients we have here in front of us, are all of these ingredients found in this small little package?
They absolutely are. First of all, we have the rolled oats. Rolled oats are higher in protein than any other grain, so we know that they're great for dogs.
So it's similar to my oatmeal that I eat in the morning.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And then we have our spinach flakes, which are a great antioxidant.
So they're going to be strong like Popeye.
That's right. And then we have our red bell pepper, which is high in vitamin C and also an antioxidant.
Tastes good.
And then we have our organic dried basil, which is an anti-inflammatory, an antibacterial, and an antioxidant.
But it's not anti-taste.
Not at all.
All right, great.
And then last, we have our dried organic parsley, which is great for dog's breath. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I know some people that I'd like to give some of that too. Ooh.
Here you go.
Not me.
So now we're going to take our package of Mutt Meatballs treat mix. We're simply going to open it. And
great.
I have my pound of lean ground meat here. So
now when we talk about meat, what type of meat can we use?
we're going to use any lean ground meat. So you can use ground turkey, ground chicken, or ground beef, whatever your dog likes. And you can mix it up if you would like to.
All right, great. So the dogs basically can get a different taste. Even though we're using one specific treat mix, they're going to have different flavors.
Absolutely.
Great.
So what we're going to do, we're going to take our package and we're simply just going to pour it on top of our pound of meat.
Okay.
And then what we're going to take, and this is optional, is 1 egg. We're going to just break that over the mixture.
Now you say this is optional, so somebody doesn't actually have to use an egg if they don't want to.
No, but it adds a great source of protein. It also acts as a great binder to the mix.
Great. I'm going to let you mix that. I don't really want to.
All right, so we're just going to mix that up here. And you want to mix it in really well. You want to make sure all the oats and all the ingredients get right into that mix.
Okay, great.
All right, so once we're done with that, we're going to wash our hands because, of course, whenever you handle any raw meat, you want to wash your hands.
All right, great. So let's do that.
So now that we've washed our hands, let's go ahead and let's make the Mutt meatballs. You're going to see how easy this is.
All right, we're going to make the meatball.
Right. So
I speak dog, not Italian. Sorry.
Good. So what we're going to do here is actually take a teaspoon.
Okay.
And you don't have to use a teaspoon, but it makes your meatballs uniform.
Well, let me ask you this. When we talk about rolling meatballs, do they have to be like perfectly round? I know I probably couldn't make a good meatball like you.
Not at all. The dogs don't care. All they care about is the taste.
Yeah, they're much like myself. I like that. I like that. All right, so now what are we going to do? We're rolling them?
We're rolling them, and you can make them any size you want. But like I said, if you use a teaspoon, it makes it uniform. If you have a smaller dog, you don't have to make them as big. Or if you have a bigger dog, you can make them even bigger.
Well, we have horses, pretty much. So
pretty much.
All right.
Or if you have, if you're training a dog, you can actually break them up and use them as training treats.
Oh, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah, so we're rolling these out, and so once we've got all 40 rolled out, we have our oven preheated to 350 degrees.
But now you say 40. That's just, I mean, it sounds like a lot to me. I mean, again, we have huge dogs. They eat a lot. But they're not going to eat 40 at one time. You know, what can we do with what they don't eat?
You can freeze them for up to 2 to 3 months, or you can put them in a Ziploc container and put them in your refrigerator for up to 3 to 4 days.
All right, leftovers for dogs. I love
right.
that. I love that. Okay, so we've got the oven preheated. Now what do?
We just pop them in the oven. We set our timer for 30 minutes, and then we just let them bake. And once 30 minutes is over, we're going to take them out of the oven. We're going to let them cool to room temperature, and that's it.
That's it. You've missed a step.
What's that?
There's one last step. The last step, let's feed them to the dogs. Let's see how much they enjoy them, all right?
Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Brickle!
Rachel, the dogs are trying to steal my soup.
Oh, no.
I had to look at them and I said, no soup for you. And then they chased me in here into the kitchen. So what are we going to do?
Well, I say that we make them their own soup, maybe.
I helped you make this soup. That was a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do that.
Well, it's no work at all when you have Mutt soup mix.
Oh, your dog's diner? Mutt soup mix for dogs.
That's right.
Awesome. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know, I helped you cut up a lot of vegetables and stuff for the soup. What's in this?
It's really easy. Everything is in one package. So we're going to start out with our short grain brown rice.
Okay.
And brown rice is higher in protein than white rice. So we know that that's good.
Healthy? Awesome.
Right. And we have our diced carrots.
Carrots.
Yeah, and this is high in beta carotene and great for vision, as we know, like dogs, just like people.
Hey, you know what? As a kid, carrot was my favorite vegetable.
All right.
You know why?
Why?
Because it was orange.
Okay.
It's my favorite color. No other reason. Has nothing to do with this. Go ahead.
Okay. So then we have our red bell pepper, and that's high in vitamin C.
All right.
Our sweet potatoes, which are high in fiber.
Sweet like me.
Right. We have our green beans, which are also high in fiber.
That's a deep, deep green. That looks healthy as well.
And then we're going to start with our spices. This is our turmeric powder, which is great for dogs that have arthritis, or for older dogs, or even dogs, unfortunately, that have cancer. Vets often recommend this powder.
Turmeric's fun to say. Say turmeric.
Turmeric.
Say it again. Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Turmeric. All right. What's this?
Yeah. So then we have our celery powder, which is high in folate and high in potassium.
Wow.
Smells really good, doesn't
Wow.
it?
Yeah. Okay, now we have some herbs. What are these here?
Well, this is our dried basil, which again is an anti-inflammatory, an antioxidant, and an antibacterial.
Wow. It's like medicine for dogs.
Right. And then we have our dried parsley, which is good for dogs' breath.
All right. Our dogs need that.
And then we have our optional ingredients. And this is what you're going to add yourself, which is a tablespoon of olive oil. Adds a little bit more flavor to this soup, and it also helps with the coats for the dogs.
All right, so kind of a healthy fat.
Exactly.
So it sounds like all of the ingredients that are found in Mutt soup, they were not arbitrarily picked, were they?
That's right. We did a lot of research with this soup, And we're pretty happy with it, and we think the dogs will be too.
Do you like that word arbitrarily? I got it from the word of the month calendar that I got.
Good.
Right. All right, so we have all the ingredients.
Yes.
What do we do next?
Well, we're going to make the Mutt soup, and we're going to see how easy this is.
Okay.
So we're going to take 6 cups of broth, and you can use either unsalted, that's very important, chicken broth or beef broth or vegetable broth, but you want to make sure again that there's no salt. Sodium is not good for dogs. Now you could also use water, but we have to add as much flavor as we can, so I like to use the broth.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
we have that in there. We're going to add our tablespoon of olive oil.
All right, the healthy fat.
Okay, and then we're going to get our meat from the refrigerator. I keep it in the refrigerator because I want it to be safe and I want it to be fresh.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to get a pound of lean meat, and we have a chicken breast here. You can use any meat that you would like. You can use any type of lean meat, whether it's beef, whether it's chicken, whether it's turkey. So we have that right here.
So basically just like a different soup depending on the meat that you use.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
we're going to put that right in. So now that I've washed my hands, we're going to make the Mutt soup.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I noticed that you put the meat directly into the pot without cooking it. Is there a reason for this?
Yes. You can boil the meat right into the broth. It adds flavor to the broth, and it actually makes the soup thicker.
Kind of like my grandmother's stews. She used to do that.
Absolutely.
Of course, my grandmother was a horrible cook.
So we've opened the package, and we're just going to empty it right into the pot.
That seems
Simple
easy.
as that.
A difficulty factor of about -5. I like it. I like it.
So once you stir it up, you're actually going to bring it to a full boil on your stove, and then you're going to let it simmer for half an hour. It's as simple as that.
Now, after that's complete, do you serve this hot?
No, of course not. You want to let it cool to room temperature. And if you're not going to use all the soup at once, you can freeze it for up to 2 to 3 months, or you can leave it in your refrigerator for up to 4 days. And whenever serving leftover soup to your dogs, you want to make sure that you bring the soup to a full boil.
All right, that sounds great because that's a big pot of soup.
Right.
So that actually will stretch your dollar by being able to use soup
That's
later on
right.
for your dog. That's awesome.
And the most important point is you want to let it always cool completely. You never want to give your dog hot soup.
Okay, so now I can serve this to them and say, a soup for you.
That's right. Let's get this started.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'd love to hear from you. Check us out at yourdogsdiner.com and twotravelingdogs.com, and on our Facebook pages at facebook.com/yourdogsdiner and facebook.com/twotravelingdogs.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter. You want a meatball?
Sure.